Hello, welcome to Spanish Lessons with Dr. Alan Davison. The videos in this series are designed to be used with the Blurzo el Burro graded Spanish reader. The reader is available at Amazon.com or through my website at blurzo.com. Have fun. Okay, now we'll look at direct and indirect object pronouns used together. Let's go back to the sentence we had in that last lesson. Él lee la carta. Whoops. Erase that. Él lee la carta. Who was it? Sally. Okay. The indirect object we said was Sally or a Sally, and that was replaced with le, the indirect object pronoun, right? To him, to her, for him, for her. The direct object, which answers the question what, he reads what is la carta, so that would be replaced by the direct object pronoun, that is od, objeto directo, objeto indirecto. Objeto directo, feminine singular, that would be la. Okay, so we have these two together. What happens when we have two object pronouns together, direct and indirect, is the direct object pronoun always comes second. Okay, I say that because here we have direct and indirect, and later we will see direct with the reflexive pronouns. Okay, so the order of these pronouns then is le, la. Now where can we put them? Same place we were putting things before. Okay, that is either before a conjugated verb or after an attached to an unconjugated verb or after an attached to the ing form, the gerund present participle. Okay, so these two would have to go then before the conjugated verb. Now, with most indirect object pronouns, that is with me, te, nos, os, they are fine. You can put those before a direct object pronoun. That is, you could have me lo, me la, or whatever it might be, te lo, te la, or nos lo, nos la, or these could be plural too, me los, me las, te los, etc. Os lo, os la, nos los, nos las. This would mean to me them, to me them feminine, to you them masculine, to you them feminine. Okay, that is giving them to you, to me, etc., etc. But when we have le and les before lo, la, los, las, the le or les turns to se. So we end up with cela, or celo, or celos, or celas. Probably what happened historically was that it was awkward to say lelo, les, los, etc. So somehow people started saying se, and when the grammarians came to write the grammars, they said, well, this is what people are saying in the streets, so that's the way we'll put it in the grammar. So what we have then in this sentence is él se la lee. Okay? That is, we've replaced the indirect object pronoun, we've replaced the direct object pronoun. Él se la lee, meaning he, to her, it reads. He reads it to her. Okay? Now the se, of course, could mean to him, to her, to you, usted, to you, plural, ustedes, to them, could mean any of those things. So very often then we will reiterate the indirect object in this sense. So what you're going to see more commonly here would be that the direct object has been replaced by the pronoun, but the indirect object has both the pronoun and the indirect object which remains. So él se la lee a Sally. Okay, let's pause for a minute to erase, and we'll do a variety of different sentences. Okay, here we have some sentences with a direct object and an indirect object. Let's work with the pronouns. Okay, first, él lee el libro a mí. El libro is your direct object, a mí indirect. Okay, so the pronouns would be me and lo. The direct object pronoun always goes second. So what are we going to get? Él me lo lee. And since me can only be to me, we don't need to reiterate that unless we want to add emphasis. Of course, el libro has been replaced. Él lee los libros a nosotros. The a nosotros would become nos. The los libros would become los. Él nos los lee. Okay? That is, he reads them, the books, to us. Él nos los lee. Okay? Él lee las revistas a él. Okay? A él replaced would be le, to him. Las revistas, direct object replaced would be las. Le or les before lo, las, los, las turns into se. Él se las lee. Revistas has been replaced, but we want to keep the a él because the se can mean a variety of different things to him, to her, etc. So initially we want to keep both se and a él. Then once you're sure the se is referring to a él, then you can drop it. Él lee la revista a ustedes. A ustedes would be les. La revista, la. Les before la becomes se. Okay, la revista has been replaced. He reads it, la revista, to them, or excuse me, to you, ustedes, you plural. Okay, so we want to keep that initially, keep the ustedes initially because of the possible confusion. Once the conversation goes on and we're sure se is referring to a ustedes, then we can drop the a ustedes.